So the next situation that we are going to talk about is revamping low performing blogs. So sometimes when we join a company as an SEO, we shouldn't just focus on creating new content and expanding the content. We should also strategize and improve the low performing content in our website. Why should we actually do this? So older blogs have a bit of link equity in them. Link equity as in already it might have a bunch of backlinks supporting the page authority of the page. So older blogs have link equity in them which should not be wasted. Also low performing blogs can be made better with just a few tweaks sometimes. So check if the target keyword for that particular page is really good as in high traffic potential and low ranking difficulty. If yes, check if the target keyword is properly used in the title tag. Oftentimes subtle changes can cause a huge difference. This is true in certain cases because the header tag do have a lot of value, and not having the target keyword in it might affect the ranking of the page. For example, in a company that I used to work for, I just changed the terms from practice test to sample test. Both means the same thing, and sometimes one keyword might have a lot of competition when compared to the other. So do these kind of tweaks sometimes and hope it works. You could also experiment with things like this and come up with your own analysis. In cases where you feel like you have done everything right but still didn't get the results that you want, I understand it can be really frustrating. So why don't you go ahead and check for technical SEO errors in your search console, or do a technical SEO audit using some tool. So you'll understand if the foundations of the website is actually strong. Google states that it's completely normal for at least 20% of the web pages in our website to go uncrawled if your site is marked as low quality in the previous crawls. So Google crawler crawls our website from time to time, and if at some point of time, even before you join the company, if the website had really low quality content and has spammy backlinks and a lot of problems with the technical SEO and a lot of other factors, then it will be marked as low quality. In such cases, Google might not really take our website seriously even if we start doing everything right. So make sure you go and check if there are any technical SEO errors or low performing pages in our blog. So if you are wondering how we can do that technical SEO check if the page is indexed or not, because it's the most important factor that you need to go through. So take the URL of the page that you want to optimize and just go ahead to this URL inspection tool. So this is called as Google Search Console. So whichever company that you are working for, just go ask them for access for this tool. If they are not willing to give access, just ask them to inspect this URL to check. First just wait for it to retrieve later. So you could see sometimes these kind of errors will come where the coverage is discovered but it's currently not indexed. Whereas the easiest thing to do here is request indexing. So if you just click this option, then in a couple of days, or it could take a week at max, this URL will get indexed. So this is what you need to check while you are trying to revamp bad performance blogs. Also check for the target keywords of the low performing blogs. Most of the times, if a page is not performing well, the target keyword that they have selected as it might have completely low search traffic or have extremely high ranking difficulty. So in such cases, of course, we are not going to rank and those pages are just going to lie dormant, right? So make sure you check if there are any bad target keywords in the low performing blogs, and in such cases make sure you do keyword research and update the blog accordingly. So if you identify the bad target keyword, if you actually conclude that it is a bad target keyword, now this is the analysis that you need to do. Number one, identify the broad keyword that the blog would belong to. For instance, if the blog is about universities in Canada, study in Canada or study abroad would be the broad keyword. Now plug that in. I would recommend study in Canada because it would be a little bit more niche when you plug it in. Now plug that in the keyword tools and look for other potential good target keywords that you can actually target. Hope that makes sense. By doing this keyword research again, now you could you could use the situation 1 to identify the good target keywords and use that here and potentially reconstruct the blog. So what is the point of this? So if you can identify good target keywords around the blog topic that's already existing, then we can reconstruct the existing page around for the good target keyword that we just identified, and reconstruct the page in such a way that the old page is still relevant, but the target keyword is changed and the blog is reconstructed and revamped in such a way that it starts ranking well. Makes sense, right?